Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time posting on here. So in today's video I will be showing you how I made this gathers dress for a child with structured gathered sleeve. Okay, so if this video is what you'll be interested in, just stick on as we proceed. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is to get the length of my half cut, which I used 13. Then I'm marking the neckline, which is 3 by 3 inches. Then for the armhole depth, I came down by 5 inches, and then I connected the whole dots together as you can see on the video. The next thing I'll do is to mark the circumference as you can see, and then I added 1.5 inches. So I've gone ahead to cut the front and the back together. So the next thing I'll do, this is our area of focus. So here I'll go ahead to join the shoulder and the shoulder area for the lining and the main fabric. And then after joining it at the neckline, this is how I'll be joining the fabric and then the lining piece together. So guys, you can see I am pinning it down, as you can see. So after pinning it down with my pins, I'll go ahead to stitch it down, and this is the final look. You can see that the stitching is not showing from the inside and from the outside, as you can see on the video. So the zipper area is quite open because that is where we'll be joining and stitching down towards. So I'll go ahead to measure the lining piece, the waist area, and then the fabric piece, the waist area as well. So I will join the gathers, as you can see, 2 steps. For the gathers, the length I used for the short gathers is actually 9 inches, and then for the longer one I used 22 inches in length, and then for the lining piece I used 14 inches for the lining. So this is how it's looking already. So the next thing I'll do is to cut the sleeve. I've already cut out the basic sleeve, guys. This is the pattern for the basic sleeve, and this is what I'll be using to make the structured sleeve. So for me to get the structured sleeve, I will come in by 3 inches, guys. Then from that 3 inches I'll place my basic sleeve. So remember, it is a gathered structured sleeve, and that's the reason for the 3 inches allowance before placing my basic sleeve on top, as you can see. So guys, then I'll use my straight rule to connect it at the up part and then come up by 3 inches. You know, this is for a child of 9 years old. So this dress is for 8 to 9 years old, or even 8 to 10 years old. Okay, so you see how I connected it, starting from the upper extension. Then from that upper extension I will come down by 7 inches, as you can see on the video, or 8 inches, as the case may be. So from that 8 inches I will connect it all the way to the side. Okay, just be looking closely and follow it accordingly, as you can see on the video. So I will connect it with my straight rule and my marker, as you can see on the video, meaning the length of this sleeve, this structured sleeve that I used for 8 to 10 years old, is 8 inches. Okay, and then connect the cap of the sleeve like this also. So after doing that, you see the kind of curve I am giving to it, just to have a very stylish curve. The curve is not actually so visible. Okay, so guys, just cut it out, as you can see on the video. After cutting, I will go ahead to fold my fabric into 2 and then place it and cut it out as well. I'll be cutting it on lining piece, and then I'll cut it on main fabric. For the lining piece, I'll make sure to gum hair stay to it, or gum stay. Just make sure you infuse it with something hard. Okay, and then I'll be using crinoline. I'll be using bone, I'll be using this. All these things you are seeing here, that is what I'll be using. It's just for a baby girl, so I'm not using too much. It's still going to give that structured effect. Okay, so the next thing you can see, I've gone ahead to infuse my lining piece, only the lining piece, as you can see, with my gum stay, with the, just see. So the next thing I will do right now is to take the lining piece, not the main fabric, the lining piece, so I will attach my crinoline. Okay, so you see how I am going to be placing it. The crinoline I'm supposed to use is quite big, so I'll be using this one. I removed it from a dress, so I'll be using, this is 2 inches crinoline. Okay, see how I'm placing it. So I'll go ahead to stitch it down on the 2 linings. So after stitching it, I will also place this boning directly on top of it, as you can see on the video. So just go ahead and do the same thing. Is very simple. You see guys how it is looking already. So you see, so I will turn the right side of the cream of the structure sleeve, and then use my main fabric and place it right side facing the right side, then stitch this down part. That is, I will hem this down, only the down part on 1/2 inch. Please don't hem the sides, don't hem it. We are not about to hem it yet. So this is it after hemming the down part. Okay, because this down part is not going to be at the shoulder area, it is going to be visible. So right now it's time for us to hem the sides. So for us to do that, I will turn the sleeve this way, right side facing right side, that's the 2 sides facing each other, then stitch it here on 1/2 inch, here on 1/2 inch. Okay, so after stitching, you see how it is looking already. So what I will do next is to turn it inside out. No, I will turn it inside out, just the way you are seeing, or outside in, any how we put it, guys. So you see, I'll go ahead to turn it out. After turning it out, this is the time for us to stitch the place that will be at the shoulder area. So I'll go ahead to stitch it on 0.25 inches. Okay, you see how it is looking already, looking so pink. So right now what I will do before joining it to the sleeve, to the armhole, is to go ahead to measure the armhole of my blouse or of my gown. Okay, and then for this sleeve, you can see that basically the length of this sleeve already is quite huge. It has very much difference, more than the armhole of the dress already. So what I'm going to do is to mark 4 inches on the sleeve, 4 inches. So I will go ahead and use my needle and thread to stitch down. As you can see, I will use it to run a gathers with my hand stitch. So okay, mark 4 inches while holding the sleeve together. Then the remaining side, I will use my sewing needle to run a gathers stitch all through. Okay, so as you can see, that is what I am doing. It is very simple, guys. It is nothing much. After running the gathers, you see how it's looking already. By the time you join or draw it all together, make sure it aligns in the same measurement with your armhole measurement, and then place it, the line facing the line on your armhole, and then make sure to join it all together. It is so simple, guys. So this is the end of this tutorial video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See how I'm going to be placing it. By the time you place it, it will give you exactly what you are saying.